Have you ever wondered what it feels like to transform someone's appearance and boost their confidence in just 1 hour? Imagine mastering a skill so precise that your hands become like paintbrushes creating tiny masterpieces every day. Today, we're stepping into the fascinating world of a nail technician, where creativity meets precision, and every client brings a new challenge. What if I told you that by the end of this story, you'll not only understand dozens of new English words and expressions, but you'll also be able to use them in real conversations immediately. This isn't just another English lesson. It's an immersive journey that will revolutionize how you learn vocabulary without the pain of memorizing lists. At Story-Driven English, we believe the most powerful way to master a language is through stories that captivate your imagination. Your brain naturally absorbs new words when they're connected to emotions and vivid scenarios. That's exactly what makes our approach so effective. If you're serious about improving your English vocabulary, pronunciation, and listening skills while being entertained, hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now. Our growing community of successful English learners is waiting to welcome you. Every week, we release a new story carefully crafted to teach you practical English you can use in your daily life. Thousands of learners have already transformed their English skills through our story-driven method. Will you be next? Now let's dive into our story of Mai, a talented nail technician, as we follow her through a day filled with interesting clients, creative challenges, and meaningful connections. A day in the life of a nail technician. The alarm clock buzzed loudly at 6 a.m. Mai opened her eyes and reached out to silence it. Another day was beginning, and she had a full schedule ahead at Elegant Nails, the salon where she had been working for the past 3 years. As a nail technician, Mai's days were filled with interesting clients, creative designs, and the satisfaction of transforming people's hands and feet into small works of art. Mai got out of bed and went straight to the bathroom to freshen up. She always made sure to take good care of her own appearance. After all, clients trusted her with their beauty needs, so she needed to look professional herself. She brushed her teeth, washed her face, and tied her long black hair into a neat ponytail. She applied light makeup, just enough to look polished but not overdone. In her profession, having clean hands and neatly manicured nails was essential. Mai looked at her own nails, a subtle pink color with tiny silver stars, and smiled, satisfied with her work. Breakfast was simple but nutritious. A bowl of oatmeal with fresh berries and a cup of green tea. Mai knew she wouldn't have much time to eat during her busy day, so she made sure to start with a good meal. As she ate, she checked her appointment book on her phone. Today she had 8 scheduled clients, including Mrs. Thompson, who always requested elaborate nail art, and Mr. Chen, who came in monthly for a basic manicure. Between these appointments, there would likely be walk-ins as well. It would be a full day, but Mai loved being busy. After breakfast, Mai dressed in her work uniform, black pants and a light blue salon shirt with the Elegant Nails logo. She packed her lunch, a chicken salad and a bottle of water, and put it in her bag. She also double-checked that she had her personal set of nail tools. Though the salon provided basic equipment, Mai preferred using her own high-quality brushes, files, and special polishes, especially for detailed nail art. Mai lived just a 15-minute walk from the salon. She enjoyed this daily walk, using the time to clear her mind and prepare for the day ahead. The morning air was fresh, and the neighborhood was just waking up. She passed by the local bakery, and the smell of fresh bread made her smile. She waved at Mr. Johnson, who was walking his golden retriever as he did every morning. These small, everyday interactions were part of the community feeling that Mai cherished. At 7:45 a.m., Mai arrived at Elegant Nails. She was always the first to arrive, 15 minutes before the salon officially opened at 8 a.m. This gave her time to set up her workstation and prepare for her first client. The salon was peaceful in these early moments. No buzzing nail drills, no chatter, just the quiet before a busy day. Mai unlocked the front door and turned on the lights. The salon was small but well designed, with 5 workstations, 3 pedicure chairs, and a reception area. The walls were painted a soothing light blue, and soft instrumental music played through speakers. The air smelled faintly of nail polish and acetone, a scent that Mai had grown accustomed to over the years. To some, it might seem unpleasant, but to Mai, it was the smell of creativity and transformation. Mai went to her workstation and began her morning routine. First, she sanitized her tools and workspace with hospital-grade disinfectant. Hygiene was a top priority in the nail industry, and Mai took it very seriously. She arranged her polishes, organizing them by color, and made sure her UV lamp was working properly for gel manicures. She checked that she had enough cotton pads, nail files, buffers, and cuticle pushers for the day. By 8 a.m., her co-workers began to arrive. There was Tina, a bubbly woman in her 40s who specialized in pedicures. David, who had recently joined the team and was becoming known for his innovative acrylic designs. And Lucy, the salon owner, who worked at the station next to Mai's. They exchanged morning greetings and quickly fell into their routines. "Ready for Mrs. Thompson today?" Lucy asked Mai with a knowing smile. Mrs. Thompson was a regular client who was known for her extravagant requests and her generous tips. "I've been practicing a new flower design just for her," Mai replied, showing Lucy a sketch she had drawn. "I think she'll love it." At 8:30 a.m., Mai's first client arrived. A young woman named Sarah who was preparing for a job interview and wanted a professional-looking manicure. Mai greeted her warmly and led her to the station. "How are you today, Sarah?" Mai asked as they sat down. "And what kind of look are you going for today?" Sarah explained that she wanted something subtle but polished. "I'm interviewing for a position at a law firm, so I need to look professional." Mai nodded understandingly. "I suggest a short, rounded shape with a neutral color. Perhaps this soft beige with a matte finish? It's elegant and won't distract during your interview." Sarah agreed, and Mai began the process. First, she carefully removed Sarah's old polish with acetone and cotton pads. Then she soaked Sarah's hands in warm, soapy water to soften the cuticles. This was a moment Mai always enjoyed. It was relaxing for the client and gave them a chance to chat. "So, tell me about this job," Mai said as she gently dried Sarah's hands and began pushing back her cuticles with a wooden stick. Sarah talked about her law degree and how this position would be her first step into corporate law. Mai listened attentively, asking questions and offering encouragement. She believed that being a good nail technician wasn't just about technical skills. It was also about making clients feel heard and cared for. After trimming and filing Sarah's nails into a neat, rounded shape, Mai applied a base coat, followed by 2 coats of the beige polish they had selected. She worked methodically, ensuring even coverage and clean edges. Finally, she applied a matte top coat to give the nails a sophisticated finish. The entire process took about 45 minutes. "There you go," Mai said, holding up a small mirror so Sarah could see her hands from different angles. "Professional and polished. Perfect for your interview." Sarah looked delighted. "They look amazing, Mai. Thank you. This is exactly what I wanted." Mai smiled, pleased with the result and with Sarah's reaction. This was one of the most rewarding aspects of her job. Seeing the happiness on clients' faces when they loved their nails. She gave Sarah instructions on how to maintain the manicure and wished her luck on her interview. After Sarah left, Mai had just enough time to clean her station before her next appointment. The morning continued with a steady stream of clients. A regular who came in for a gel fill, a mother and daughter who wanted matching pedicures, and a bride-to-be who was trying different styles for her wedding day. Each client had different needs and preferences, and Mai adapted her approach accordingly. For some, she was a listener, letting them talk about their lives while she worked. For others, she was a consultant, offering advice on nail shapes, colors, and trends. And for clients like the bride-to-be, she was a creative partner, working together to design something unique and special. By noon, Mai had completed 4 appointments. Her back was starting to feel stiff from sitting in the same position, and her fingers were slightly sore from the precise work. But she didn't have time to dwell on this discomfort. She had a 30-minute break before her next client, which she would use to eat her lunch and rest her hands. Mai went to the small break room at the back of the salon. David was already there, eating a sandwich while scrolling through nail design videos on his phone. "How's your day going?" he asked, looking up. "Busy but good," Mai replied, sitting down and opening her lunch container. The bride is still undecided between the French tip and the subtle glitter design. "The French tip is classic for a reason," David said. "But a little sparkle never hurt anyone." They chatted about work, new nail trends, and an upcoming nail art competition that David was thinking of entering. These conversations with colleagues helped Mai stay inspired and connected to the broader nail community. After her break, Mai returned to her station for her 5th appointment of the day. Mr. Chen, one of the few male clients at Elegant Nails. He was in his 60s and came in monthly for a basic manicure. No polish, just trimming, filing, and cuticle care. "Good afternoon, Mr. Chen," Mai greeted him with a smile. "How have you been?" "Can't complain, Mai," he replied, settling into the chair. "My garden is doing well this year. The tomatoes are especially good." As Mai worked on his hands, Mr. Chen told her about his grandchildren, his gardening projects, and a book he was reading. Mai had been doing his nails for 2 years now, and she enjoyed their monthly conversations. His hand showed the signs of a life well lived, slightly weathered from gardening, with a few age spots, but always clean and well maintained. "You know, My wife used to say that you can tell a lot about a person from their hands, Mr. Chen said as I gently massaged hand cream into his skin. I think she would approve of how you help me keep mine presentable. I smiled at the compliment. It's my pleasure, Mr. Chen. Your hands tell a beautiful story. After Mr. Chen left, I had a brief 10-minute window to prepare for her most challenging client of the day, Mrs. Thompson. Known for her extravagant taste and attention to detail, Mrs. Thompson always requested elaborate nail art that pushed Mai's creative skills to their limits. At exactly 2 p.m., Mrs. Thompson swept into the salon, her designer bag swinging from her arm. She was in her 50s, always impeccably dressed, with an energy that seemed to fill the room. My darling, she exclaimed. I've been looking forward to this all week. I have a charity gala this weekend, and I need something spectacular. I'm wearing a midnight blue gown with silver accents. Mai had prepared for this and had several design options ready to show Mrs. Thompson. She pulled out her tablet and showed her client the flower design she had been practicing, along with a few other options. A starry night sky, an abstract silver pattern, and a classic French tip with a twist. Mrs. Thompson studied each option carefully before pointing to the flower design. This one is perfect. But can we add a bit more sparkle? Perhaps some tiny diamonds around the flowers? Of course, Mai said, already mentally adjusting her design. I have some new crystal elements that would work beautifully with this. Working on Mrs. Thompson's nails was a 2-hour process. First, Mai removed the previous set of acrylic nails and prepared the natural nail bed. Then she applied new tips, shaped them according to Mrs. Thompson's preference, long and slightly pointed, and covered them with a layer of clear acrylic. Once the foundation was set, the artistic work began. Mai painted each nail with a base of deep blue polish, creating an ombre effect that darkened toward the tips. Then, using a fine brush, she painted delicate white flowers with silver centers. On the ring fingers, she created a more elaborate design, adding extra flowers and tiny crystal elements that caught the light beautifully. Throughout the process, Mrs. Thompson chatted about the upcoming gala, the guests who would be attending, and the causes the event was supporting. Mai listened and responded, but her focus was primarily on her work. Each brushstroke required concentration, and the placement of each tiny crystal had to be precise. And did I tell you about my daughter's new job? Mrs. Thompson asked, hardly pausing for a response. She's moved to New York to work for a fashion magazine. I'm so proud of her, but I do miss having her close by. That's wonderful news, Mai replied, carefully placing a final crystal. New York has such an exciting fashion scene. I'm sure she'll love it there. Finally, after 2 hours of meticulous work, the nails were complete. Mai applied a high-gloss top coat to seal the design and add shine, then carefully dried them under the UV lamp. They're absolutely stunning, Mrs. Thompson exclaimed, examining her nails from every angle. You've outdone yourself this time, Mai. Everyone at the gala will be asking where I got them done. Mai smiled, pleased with her work and with Mrs. Thompson's reaction. Despite the challenges of working with such a demanding client, The creative freedom and the opportunity to push her artistic boundaries made it worthwhile. After Mrs. Thompson left, Mai had a brief respite before her next scheduled client. She used this time to rest her hands, which were beginning to cramp from the detailed work, and to restock some supplies at her station. The salon was busy now, with all stations occupied and the sound of conversation mixing with the hum of nail drills and the soft background music. Mai's next client was a walk-in, a college student named Jamie, who needed a quick repair on a broken nail. These simpler, shorter appointments were a relief after the intensive concentration required for Mrs. Thompson's elaborate design. "I caught it on my car door," Jamie explained, showing Mai the broken nail on her index finger. "I have a presentation tomorrow, and I don't want it to look like this." "No problem," Mai assured her. "I can match the color and length to your other nails, and no one will be able to tell it was broken." This repair took only 20 minutes, but Jamie was just as grateful as Mrs. Thompson had been for her elaborate design. This was another aspect of the job that Mai valued. Being able to help people feel confident, whether through a simple repair or an artistic masterpiece. The rest of the afternoon continued with a mix of scheduled appointments and walk-ins. By 6 p.m., Mai had worked on 13 sets of nails, ranging from simple manicures to complex designs. Her shoulders were tense, her lower back ached, and her fingers were stiff, but she still had one more client to go. Her final appointment of the day was with a new client named Lisa, who had been referred by a friend. Lisa was in her 30s and worked as a kindergarten teacher. She wanted a durable manicure that could withstand daily activities with children but still look nice. "The kids always notice my nails," Lisa explained as Mai began working. "Last time I had stars, and they loved them. But they don't last long with all the hand washing and art projects we do." Mai suggested a gel manicure with a playful but simple design. A solid color with a single accent nail on each hand. "The gel will last 2 to 3 weeks, even with frequent hand washing," she explained. "And we can choose colors that are cheerful but not too distracting for the classroom." They settled on a sky blue color with white clouds on the accent nails. Something fun that the children would enjoy but that wouldn't be too flashy for a professional setting. As Mai worked, Lisa talked about her students and the joys and challenges of teaching 5-year-olds. "Yesterday, one of my students brought in his pet turtle for show and tell," Lisa said, laughing. "It escaped from its box and caused quite a commotion. I spent 10 minutes chasing it around the classroom while 25 kindergartners cheered us on." Mai laughed, picturing the scene. "Never a dull moment in your job, I see." "Just like yours, I imagine," Lisa replied. "Every day must bring something different." Mai nodded, thinking about the variety of people she met and the range of designs she created. That's what keeps it interesting. No 2 days, or 2 sets of nails, are exactly alike. By 7:15 p.m., Lisa's nails were complete, and she left the salon delighted with her cloud design. Mai began the process of closing down her station for the day. She disposed of used files, buffers, and other single-use items. She disinfected her tools and placed them in the sanitizer. She wiped down her work surface and organized her polishes and products. The salon would close at 7:30 p.m., and by 7:25, the last clients were leaving. Mai's colleagues were also cleaning their stations, and there was a sense of shared exhaustion mixed with satisfaction after a productive day. "Good work today, everyone," Lucy, the salon owner, said as she counted the day's earnings at the reception desk. My, those flowers for Mrs. Thompson were incredible. She couldn't stop showing them off to everyone in the salon. Mai smiled tiredly. Thanks. I'm glad she liked them. By 7:45 p.m., everything was clean and organized, ready for the next day. The team said their goodbyes and headed out. Mai's walk home was slower than her morning journey. Her feet were tired, and her body needed rest. But there was a sense of satisfaction that came from a day of creating beauty and making people happy. When Mai reached her apartment, she immediately kicked off her shoes and stretched. After a quick shower to wash away the day's nail dust and polish smells, she changed into comfortable clothes and made herself a simple dinner. A vegetable stir-fry with rice. As she ate, Mai scrolled through nail art images on her tablet, looking for inspiration for tomorrow's clients. Even after a long day, she enjoyed immersing herself in the world of nail design. She saved a few images to try and made notes about color combinations and techniques. After dinner, Mai called her mother, who lived in another state. They talked about their days, with Mai describing some of her more interesting clients and designs. Her mother had initially been skeptical when Mai chose to become a nail technician instead of pursuing the business degree she had started. But over time, seeing Mai's passion for her work and her growing skill, her mother had become supportive. "You sound tired, Mai," her mother said. "Make sure you're taking care of yourself too, not just your clients." "I am, Mom," Mai assured her. "Just a busy day today. Tomorrow is a bit lighter." After the call, Mai spent some time practicing a new nail art technique she had seen online, using a practice nail wheel rather than her own nails. This was how she continued to develop her skills, constantly learning, practicing, and refining her techniques. By 10 p.m., fatigue overcame curiosity, and Mai prepared for bed. She set her alarm for 6 a.m. the next day and laid out her clothes for morning. As she settled under the covers, she reflected on the day, the variety of people she had met, the conversations she had had, the problems she had solved, and the beauty she had created. Being a nail technician was physically demanding, requiring hours of sitting in the same position, performing detailed work that strained the eyes and hands. It required patience, creativity, and strong people skills. Some days were more challenging than others, with difficult clients or complex designs that tested her abilities. But as Mai drifted off to sleep, it was not the challenges she thought of, but the rewards, the satisfaction of creating something beautiful, the relationships she built with regular clients, the opportunity to use her creativity daily, and the knowledge that in her own small way, she was helping people feel good about themselves. Tomorrow would bring another day, another set of clients, another opportunity to transform simple nails into small works of art. And despite the physical demands and occasional stress, Mai wouldn't have it any other way. In the world of nail artistry, she had found her calling, a perfect blend of creativity, craftsmanship, and human connection. As her consciousness faded into sleep, her mind was already planning designs for tomorrow's clients. Delicate flowers, bold geometric patterns, subtle gradients. In her dreams, her fingers danced with brushes and colors, creating beauty in the smallest of canvases. Key vocabulary: repeated throughout. 1. Nail technician. A professional who specializes in nail care and decoration. 2. Salon. A place where beauty treatments are given. 3. Appointment. An arrangement to meet someone at a particular time. 4. Client. A person who uses the services of a professional person or organization. 5. Manicure. A beauty treatment for the hands and fingernails. 6. Pedicure. A beauty treatment for the feet and toenails. 7. Polish. A liquid used to give nails a shiny, colored coating. 8. Acrylic. A type of artificial nail extension. 9. Gel. A type of nail polish that is cured under a UV lamp. 10. Cuticle. The thin skin at the base of the nail. 11. File. A tool used to shape and smooth nail edges. 12. Buffer. A tool used to smooth and shine the nail surface. 13. UV lamp. A device that uses ultraviolet light to dry certain types of nail polish. 14. Design. A plan or drawing showing the appearance of something. 15. Nail art. Decorative designs applied to nails. 16. Base coat. The first layer applied to nails before color polish. 17. Top coat. The final clear layer applied over colored polish for protection. 18. Nail drill. An electric tool used in nail salons for filing and shaping. 19. Sanitize. To make something clean and free from bacteria. 20. Workstation. An individual work area in the salon. Thank you for joining us for today's story about a day in the life of a nail technician. We hope you enjoyed learning new English vocabulary and expressions through this engaging narrative. If you found this story helpful for your English learning journey, please give this video a thumbs up by clicking the like button below. Your likes help our content reach more English learners around the world. Did you have a favorite part of the story? Or perhaps you'd like to practice using some of the new vocabulary you've learned. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Our community loves to read your responses, and we do our best to reply to as many comments as possible. Don't forget to share this video with friends or family members who are also learning English. Stories are one of the most enjoyable ways to improve language skills, and sharing is caring. If you're new here and want more stories like this one to enhance your English vocabulary, grammar, and listening skills, be sure to subscribe to Story Driven English and click the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss our weekly story uploads. On our channel, we believe that learning English should be fun and meaningful. Through stories that connect to real-life situations, we help you improve your language skills naturally and effectively. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you in our next video with another captivating story to boost your English proficiency. Until then, keep reading, keep listening, and keep speaking English. Stay curious, stay motivated, and remember, every story brings you one step closer to English fluency.